This week at Interior. President Trump this week signed executive orders aimed at achieving the administration's goal of American energy dominance with a renewed focus on coal. One of the orders directs Interior to identify untapped coal resources on federal lands while removing barriers to mining and leasing.
The value of untapped coal in our country is 100 times greater than the value of all the gold at Fort Knox. And we're going to unleash it and make America rich and powerful again.
To advance President Trump's order, Interior will implement a series of policy moves and regulatory reforms to position coal as a cornerstone of the nation's energy strategy by ensuring federally managed lands remain open and accessible for responsible energy development. Secretary Burgum likened the actions to creating a new golden age of mine, baby, mine, saying that Interior is unlocking America's full potential in energy dominance and economic development to make life more affordable for every American family, while showing the world the power of America's natural resources and innovation. Among the actions are ending the moratorium on federal coal leasing, reopening federal lands in Montana and Wyoming to coal leasing, removing regulatory burdens for coal mines, and providing royalty rate relief. Interior this week announced the disbursement of more than $13 million in grants to support the reclamation of abandoned mine lands, furthering the Trump administration's commitment to American energy dominance, environmental stewardship, and economic renewal in coal communities. The funding is administered through the Office of Surface Mining, Reclamation, and Enforcement, and it will support job creation and economic revitalization efforts in North Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas. Interior this week announced the release of updated oil and gas reserve estimates for the Gulf of America's outer continental shelf. The new data and analysis over the last couple of years reveal an additional 1.3 billion barrels of oil equivalent since 2021. Bringing the total reserve estimate to 7.04 billion barrels of oil equivalent. That figure includes 5.77 billion barrels of oil and 7.15 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Earlier this year, the Trump administration announced plans to significantly increase oil and gas leasing on the outer continental shelf. And just last week, Secretary Burgum directed the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management to hold the first Gulf of America oil and gas lease sale since its renaming in February. Secretary Burgum held his first all-hands meeting this week at Interior's historic Yates Auditorium. The Secretary saluted the notable accomplishments the department has achieved in making the transition from the previous administration and expanded on his vision that innovation, rather than regulation, is the cornerstone of American prosperity.
The thing that has led our country for 250 years is innovation. Doesn't matter whether the agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, our ability to innovate in a way that allowed us to win World War I and World War II and lead the world and become the world leader. All of it was innovation-based. And we have to get back to those roots. That's how we win. That's how America wins in this world. That's how we win, again, for our children and our children's children, is we win with innovation.
U.S. Geological Survey crews were deployed late last week and this week to monitor flood impacts after storms dumped heavy rain across portions of the Southeast and Midwest. Crews are still hard at work gathering flood measurements in Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, and Ohio, as well as West Virginia, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Mississippi, where as much as 10 inches of rain fell, causing massive flooding. The gauges provide information for the National Weather Service to predict when dangerous flooding might occur and allow for warnings to vulnerable residents as flood crests will continue into early May. And our social media picture of the week, California's Battery Point Lighthouse. Perched on California's rugged northern coast, this historic beacon stands among the rocky outcrops of the California Coastal National Monument and has guided mariners since its first lighting in 1856. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. That's This Week at Interior.